Got it. Rajesh, thanks a lot for joining us. It was a good chat. Thanks for giving us all your views, and of course, good luck. That's Mahindra. It's really been the strongest stock in a strong sector. The auto sector has made a big comeback. The market, by the way, slipped in the red while that conversation was on. The Nifty, that is, and that is the issue, right? I mean, this is a market which will give you both-sided trades. You can't have a perma bull or perma bear view. You really need to adjust to the situation and see within a range how the market's moving, because it slipped in the red. Immediately there was some buying once again. So really all over the place. But the financials are doing well today, the Bank Nifty in particular. Ajoy Choudhury is now joining us. He's Director of Finance at REC to understand the outlook for their business. Good morning, Ajoy. Thanks a lot for joining us. Now, the first obvious question is, given what's happening in the power sector and the kind of moves that we have seen, how confident are you about your business going ahead?
Good morning, and thank you for having me on your show. Power sector is obviously going through a transformation phase, and we are seeing more and more renewable projects coming up. But there has been a spurt in demand of power, and therefore the conventional sources of energy are also making a comeback. So we think that along with the renewable energy, conventional space will also come up. There has been a lot of emphasis by the Ministry of Power for reforms in the distribution sector, and the scheme has already kicked off, and a lot of states are joining. It's an entirely out-and-out reform-based schemes, and once the big elephant is taken care of, the reforms in the distribution scheme, I'm sure you will see very good growth. With the kind of demand coming in for the power, we will see good growth in the sector.
Okay. All right, Mr. Choudhury, so we take that point, for the traditional power companies as well, you're seeing good demand as well as the renewable sector. But from a stock market perspective, we'd like to know what kind of disbursements you're tracking, what kind of AUM growth you're tracking for FY23, going by the demand trends that you're seeing as of now. Go ahead, sir.
Right. So last year we made disbursement of around 64,000 crores. This year the requests that have come to us are very encouraging. So we believe that we can surely scale it up by another 25% to, let's say, 75,000 to 80,000 crores. And if that happens, our loan book growth should be to the range of 8 to 10%. So that's what we feel at this point of time. Our loan book growth. Yeah.
Okay, so that's an 8 to 10% growth that you're looking at for the loan book in FY23, correct?
That's right, yes.
Okay. Anything on gross NPAs on the asset quality, and what is the expectation over there? Because on a quarter-on-quarter basis, the gross NPAs have fallen in the quarter gone by. But if you can just give us a sense of which way things are headed.
Right. So our gross NPA in March was around 4.8% and net NPA was on 1.71%. So we believe that now the asset quality is fairly okay, and we won't have more slippages here. There are some very good resolutions have come about in the recent past. One is the Southeast UP transmission projects, where the recovery has been to the extent of 115%. So not only our provision of around 50% will be reversed, we will also have some interest component coming up. Now there are assets of around 10,000 crore our exposure, which are partly commissioned or fully commissioned. There we expect now, with the growth in the demand for power, we expect that we should get good valuation. But if we don't get the right kind of price, the model that we adopted for one project, Jhabua, where the lenders collaborated with NTPC to take over those assets and run it on their own, that's an option available to us. These are good projects, and almost some have many of them have PPAs. And based near the coal head, pit head projects. So there we expect very good resolution. there.
Could you put some numbers in, Mr. Choudhury? What kind of resolution do you expect from the NCLT accounts in FY23?
Okay. So in the last 2-3 years, we have resolved around assets worth 10,000 crores of our exposure, where we had a resolution of a recovery of close to 65%. Going forward, some of the assets that I spoke of, these are pithead projects, and with having a good PPA, we believe that we can have a very good resolution, close to 70-75% as well. As I said, if the prices do not come forth, we can always think of, alternately go to the Jhabua model, where we can the lenders can come together, and with NTPC as our operating partner, we can take it over. So with the demand for power going up, these are a good value proposition, we believe.
In fact, I was going to ask you about the power demand, because India's power generation has outpaced its peers, especially post the pandemic. What is the situation on ground now in terms of demand, and what kind of growth do you foresee?
Well, you see, with the spurt in demand since the onset of summer, the peak power used to be in the range of 180 to 185 gigawatt, and suddenly we saw going up to 210 or even 215 gigawatt. And the government initiative on infrastructure, pipeline, on PLI, and of course continuing emphasis on Digital India and Make in India, we believe that the power demand is bound to go up in future, and therefore now you see there is an urgency in terms of capacity addition, largely on the renewable space, but I believe that some capacity addition will also happen in the conventional energy space.
Okay, all right. We will leave it at that. Thanks a lot for joining us and taking us through the business at REC and the way forward.